right, so today we're doing something pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
We're taking a deep dive into your glass slipper spread tarot reading.
Moving.
But forget the whole Cinderella fairy tale thing for a sec.
Okay.
Because this spread is all about uncovering your true path and like finding what makes you you.
Right.
Yeah, and we're going to go deep, like
Yeah.
using specific card combinations to reveal your hidden strengths, the challenges you might be facing, and the potential that you have.
I love it.
Okay, so first up is the slipper.
Okay.
Now think of this as like your unique magic, that special something you bring to the world.
I like that.
And your cards here are pretty interesting.
Okay.
We have you need a hug, you're the only reason I don't quit this job,
Wow.
the Six of Pentacles,
Okay.
and the Hierophant.
Ooh, interesting.
What's jumping out at you?
Well, I'm seeing a lot of empathy and support there.
Yeah.
Those first two cards,
Yeah.
those are like little whispers confirming the impact you have on people around you.
Yeah, and it's almost like you're an anchor of stability.
You know, providing a safe space for others.
Right. And then we have the Six of Pentacles.
Yeah.
Which really highlights the generosity there.
Yeah.
So, that card often shows someone who freely gives their time and energy and resources to help others.
So it's not just emotional support. It's
Right.
like practical, tangible help as well.
Totally.
Okay.
And then, tying it all together, we have the Hierophant.
Yeah. The Hierophant.
Now, this card, it can sometimes get a bad rap for being all about rigid tradition.
Yeah.
But here, I see it more as, like, guidance and mentorship.
Yeah. So instead of like imposing rules on others,
Right.
you're kind of gently leading them towards their own truths.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that actually lines up with what we see in your source material.
Oh, yeah.
Your volunteer work with that youth mentorship program and
Yeah.
like the way your colleagues are always coming to you for advice.
Right.
It's like you have this innate ability to see the potential in others and guide them toward it.
Yeah, you're like holding a lamp.
Illuminating the path
I love.
for those around you.
And it's like that glass slipper in the Cinderella story.
Yes.
It was like a symbol of her true identity.
Right.
It revealed her worth and ultimately led her to her happily ever after.
And in a similar way, this slipper position,
Yeah,
it's highlighting your unique gifts.
it is.
These are the qualities that set you apart,
Mm-hmm.
the strengths that will guide you toward your own fulfillment.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that sometimes
Yeah.
our biggest strengths are the ones we take for granted.
Totally.
Okay.
Now, speaking of challenges,
Ooh.
the next position, the stepsisters.
Okay.
This dives into those obstacles and comparisons that might be holding you back.
Okay.
And for you, we have 11.11,
Mm-hmm.
family, stop wasting your time,
Okay.
the Two of Cups,
Okay.
and the Devil.
Okay, so family.
Yeah.
It definitely raises a red flag, especially with that Cinderella connection.
Right.
But
Yeah.
before we jump to conclusions, like,
Sure.
how should we interpret this?
Right. We're not saying your family is out to get you or something.
No. Remember,
Right.
tarot is all about symbolism
Yeah.
and personal interpretation.
Okay.
So family here, I think it's prompting us to look at the relationships in
Yeah.
your life
Okay.
that might be draining your energy
Okay.
or making you question your worth.
Yeah.
It could be family, yes.
Yeah.
But it could also be, friends, colleagues,
Yeah.
even romantic partners.
Yeah. So instead of pointing fingers, it's more about
Right.
recognizing those dynamics
Yes.
that make you feel like
Yeah,
less than your best self.
exactly. And then those other cards we pulled,
Yeah.
stop wasting your time.
Yeah.
And the devil,
Mhm.
they kind of add another layer,
Ooh.
suggesting maybe some self-sabotaging behaviors
Oh, well.
or thought patterns at play.
Okay.
Perhaps you're holding on to
Yeah.
relationships or
Yes.
situations that no longer serve you.
And that makes sense,
Right.
considering what you said in your source material about your job. Oh, yeah.
You love the work, but the company culture is draining, and your boss isn't really recognizing your potential.
Right. It's like you're giving your energy to something that's not giving back to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then there's the Two of Cups,
Yeah.
which usually represents harmony and partnership. So how does that fit in with this whole
Yeah.
stepsister energy?
Well, sometimes, we get so caught up trying to please others
Yeah.
or maintain a sense of harmony
Yeah.
that we neglect our own needs.
Totally.
I know it's like pouring from an empty cup.
Yeah.
You can't keep giving if you're not receiving as well.
Yeah. So maybe this card is saying you need to step back
Mm-hmm.
and see if those relationships are actually reciprocal.
Exactly.
Like, are you giving and receiving
Yes.
in equal measure?
Precisely.
Okay.
And this actually ties back to the Cinderella story in a way.
Okay.
She had to break free from that toxic family
Right.
to find her own happiness.
Totally.
So similarly, you might need to create some boundaries
Yeah.
to protect your well-being and step into your power.
Yeah, it's like those stepsisters are a reflection of the internal barriers you've built up.
Yeah.
The limiting beliefs that whisper, like, you're not good enough.
Right.
Or you don't deserve to shine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the good news is you have the power to challenge those beliefs
Yeah.
and rewrite the narrative.
Okay. Speaking of rewriting narratives,
Yes.
let's move on to the fairy godmother position.
All right.
I want to see what kind of magic and support is available to you right now.
Ooh, good question.
All right, so your cards here are the Five of Swords,
Okay.
the Eight of Swords,
Okay.
need some alone time,
Mhm.
and wanting you was better than having a map's pot declined in it.
Interesting.
Hmm.
What do you think?
This feels kind of introspective.
It does, right?
Yeah, those first two cards, the Five and Eight of Swords,
Yeah.
they can indicate feeling trapped or limited.
Yeah. But combined with the affirmation cards, I think the message is shifting
Okay.
from external reliance to internal guidance.
So instead of waiting for an external savior,
Right.
you're being encouraged to tap into your own inner wisdom.
Think back to Cinderella's fairy godmother.
Yeah.
She didn't create magic out of thin air.
Yeah.
She helped Cinderella access the magic that was already there.
It was already within her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like your fairy godmother is your own intuition,
Right.
your inner voice
Yeah.
that knows what's best.
Mm-hmm.
And then the affirmation cards.
Yeah. You need some alone time.
Right.
Wanting you was better than having your...
Those are like little nudges
Yeah.
to prioritize solitude and self-reflection.
Okay.
It's about detaching from those distractions and tuning into your own inner guidance.
So ditch those energy vampires, the
Yeah.
draining situations, the people that make you question your worth.
Totally.
It's time to reconnect with yourself and listen to your heart.
Yeah, and remember sometimes
Yeah.
the most profound transformations happen in those quiet moments.
Yeah.
When we just allow ourselves to be.
This is getting deep.
I know, right?
But I love it.
It's good.
It's like we're peeling back the layers and revealing the real, the one who's ready to step into her power and create her own fairy tale ending.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, speaking of stepping into your power,
Yes.
let's go to the ball.
Ooh, the ball.
The place where your potential can shine.
I like it.
Okay.
Your cards here are.
All right.
I get lost in your eyes.
Okay.
You know who I am?
Mm-hmm.
The Ace of Wands.
Okay.
And the Knight of Pentacles.
Oh, I'm feeling the energy shift.
Me too.
Already.
All right, so how do these cards
Right.
suggest that you can make your potential a reality?
Well, first we have the Ace of Wands.
Okay, the Ace
which
of
represents that spark of inspiration.
Yeah.
That burst of creativity.
It's a call to action.
Okay.
Reminding you that you have the power to create something amazing.
And the affirmation cards.
Yes.
I get lost in your eyes. You know who I am.
It's like you're saying, this is me.
Yeah.
This is what I'm passionate about.
Totally.
And I'm not afraid to share it.
Yeah.
There's a real sense of confidence here.
There is.
Self-acceptance.
Yeah.
And then we have the Knight of Pentacles.
Okay.
Who is all about steady effort.
Yes.
He's not about flashy displays.
Yeah. Right.
But about taking those practical steps
Yeah.
to make your dreams a reality.
So it's like Cinderella going to the ball.
Yes.
She didn't just wait around for Prince Charming.
Right.
She took a chance, put on that dress,
Yeah.
and danced her heart out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And by doing so, she revealed her true self.
Yeah.
And that's what led to her happily ever after.
So the message is clear.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to put yourself out there.
Right.
Pursue your passions. Let your light shine.
And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe your Prince Charming is waiting, ready to be swept off his feet.
Okay, before we get too carried away with the fairy tale romance,
Okay.
let's address the elephant in the room.
Ooh.
The midnight bell.
All right.
This is all about those moments where we need to act decisively before it's too late. And your cards here are, do you actually like fucking yourself over?
Oh.
The Seven of Swords.
Okay.
Let's take a break. And the Ten of Wands.
Huh?
Whoa.
Okay, that's a lot.
It is intense.
Right.
But sometimes we need a little tough love
Yeah.
to wake us up.
We do.
You know, the Seven of Swords often indicates deception or self-sabotage. So there's something or someone that's subtly draining you, preventing you from reaching your potential.
And that affirmation card, do you actually like fucking yourself over?
Oh my gosh.
That's blunt.
It is blunt.
Yeah.
But sometimes we need that directness to see what's going on.
Totally.
It's like a slap in the face, forcing us to confront those patterns that aren't serving us anymore.
And then let's take a break.
Right.
Suggest space and reflection.
Exactly. It's about stepping back from the situation, assessing what's working, what's not, creating healthy boundaries. Yeah.
And the Ten of Wands.
Yeah, that often represents feeling overwhelmed or burdened.
Okay.
So how does that fit into this midnight bell energy? Well, sometimes we stay in situations or relationships that are no longer serving us because we're afraid to disappoint others.
Yeah.
Or rock the boat.
Yeah, totally.
But the truth is, we can't keep giving when we're depleted.
Right.
We need to prioritize ourselves, even if it means saying no or making a change. That might ruffle some feathers.
Like Cinderella leaving the ball before the magic fades.
Exactly.
And how she knew if she stayed past midnight, she'd be exposed.
Yeah. Her
true self would be hidden again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this midnight bell position is saying, you have the power to choose your own ending.
Right.
You don't have to stay in a situation that's dimming your light.
Yeah. You have the right to walk away.
Yes.
And create a life that you want.
Exactly.
That's powerful.
It is.
And it leads perfectly into our final card position.
Okay.
The Prince.
With the Prince.
Which represents that validation and recognition you deserve.
Yes.
And your cards here are the Three of Wands.
All right.
The Seven of Wands. Take a break from the BS. And career.
Interesting.
Okay, tell me everything.
Well, what's interesting here
Yeah.
is that your Prince might not be a romantic partner.
Okay.
These cards seem to point toward a supportive figure in your professional life.
Okay.
Someone who sees your worth and champions your success.
So it could be a mentor or a colleague?
Or even a potential business partner.
It could be, yeah.
Okay.
The Three of Wands represents expansion, forward momentum. And the Seven of Wands suggests this person might be defending you behind the scenes.
Oh, wow.
Advocating for you when others doubt you.
That's amazing.
Right.
And those affirmation cards?
Yeah, take a break from the BS's career. They're reinforcing that message that this recognition might come from your professional life.
And you know, it's interesting because you mentioned a new project in your source material that you're really excited about.
Yes.
One that allows you to showcase your creativity.
Right.
So maybe this Prince figure will come from this project.
It's possible.
That's so cool. It's like the universe is already working on it.
I love that.
I remember Cinderella's prince.
Right.
He wasn't just attracted to her beauty.
No.
He was drawn to her kindness, her resilience.
Yes.
Her authenticity. Exactly. So your prince will be someone who sees beyond the surface and recognizes the amazing person that you are.
Absolutely.
Okay. So we've covered a lot. Exploring, you know, the different facets of your personality and your path.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up this first part,
Sure.
I want to just take a moment to let this all sink in.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You know,
sometimes those profound insights come when we just pause and process.
Exactly. So take a deep breath.
Right.
And let's revisit those key takeaways.
Okay.
Starting with the slipper.
All right, the slipper.
We discovered your unique magic.
Yes.
That profound empathy. Your ability to support and guide others.
Yeah.
And your willingness to share your resources.
Really?
Yes.
Amazing.
And then the stepsisters.
Yeah.
Where we explored those relationships and patterns that might be draining you.
Yes.
Reminding you to set boundaries and prioritize yourself. Okay. And then the fairy godmother.
Fairy godmother.
Highlighting the importance of self-reliance.
Yes.
Introspection. And trusting your own intuition.
That's right.
Then
the ball.
Where we saw that potential for creative self-expression, encouraging you to pursue those passions and share your gifts with the world.
Yeah, don't hold back.
And then we faced the midnight bell.
Right, midnight bell.
Which was like that call to action to address those draining situations and trust your gut when something feels off.
Yeah.
And finally, the prince,
The prince.
Who represents that supportive figure in your professional life?
It seems like, yeah.
Yeah, someone who will recognize and validate you.
Exactly.
It's been quite a journey so far.
It has. And we've only just begun.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what other insights we uncover.
Me too.
As we continue to explore this spread.
Yes.
So stay tuned for part 2, where we'll delve even deeper into these themes.
Yes.
And connect the dots in unexpected ways.
I'm excited to see where this goes.
Me too. Welcome back to our deep dive into your glass slipper spread.
Yeah.
We've uncovered some really fascinating insights so far.
I know, right?
But there's still more to explore.
Absolutely.
So we just finished discussing the Prince card.
Yes.
And how for you it seems to be pointing toward like recognition in your professional life.
Right.
But I'm curious,
yeah.
What if someone's already getting that validation in a romantic relationship?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. The spread is based on a fairy tale romance.
Right, yeah.
So does that Prince energy only apply to careers?
Right.
Or could it show up romantically as well?
Well, here's the thing about tarot.
Okay.
It's fluid.
Yeah.
It's based in symbols, not literal predictions.
Right.
So absolutely, that Prince energy could definitely show up in a love relationship.
Okay, so if someone's already partnered, how should they view this card?
It becomes less about finding a prince and more about recognizing those prince qualities in their partner.
Within their partner.
Yeah, think about the story.
Okay.
The prince wasn't just a pretty face.
Right.
He saw Cinderella's worth.
Yeah.
When everyone else dismissed her.
Yeah, he saw something special.
Exactly.
So someone listening who's in a relationship should ask themselves,
right,
does my partner support my ambitions? Do they celebrate my successes?
Yeah.
Comfort me during setbacks?
Exactly.
Do they make me feel seen?
Right. And if the answer is yes, then they've already found someone who recognizes their glass slipper.
I love that, so to speak.
So they don't need to go searching for that validation?
Nope, they're already receiving it.
Okay, but what about those who are single or whose relationships aren't quite hitting that Prince energy?
Yeah.
Should they just sit around and wait?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Remember, this entire spread is about empowerment.
It's about realizing that you have the power to create your own happiness with or without a partner.
So instead of waiting for a prince.
Right.
Focus on becoming your own prince.
Yes, I love that. Develop that confidence. Pursue your goals.
Yeah.
Trust that the right people will be drawn to you.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing your own worth.
Yes.
And stepping onto that dance floor of life.
Exactly.
Ready to shine.
Ready to shine.
And speaking of the dance floor.
Yes.
Let's circle back to the ball position for a sec.
Okay.
We talked about it being a space for self-expression.
Right.
But how do we actually translate that into action?
That's where the Knight of Pentacles comes in.
Okay.
Remember, he's all about that slow and steady effort.
Yeah.
Taking practical steps toward your goals. It's not about overnight transformations.
Right.
It's about showing up consistently.
Okay.
For yourself and your dreams.
So what might that look like for someone listening?
Okay, so it could be as simple as dedicating 15 minutes each day to work on that passion project you've been putting off.
Yeah.
Or maybe finally signing up for that class you've been eyeing or reaching out to a potential mentor.
I love that.
Yeah. Breaking it down into smaller steps.
Yeah. Manageable steps.
Exactly. And don't forget to celebrate those small wins.
Yes.
Every step is a victory.
Okay, now I want to go back to the stepsisters for a bit.
Okay.
Because I think this is where a lot of people get stuck.
Yeah.
It's easy to blame external sources for negativity.
Right.
But what about those internal stepsisters? You know, the limiting beliefs we have about ourselves.
Oh, you hit the nail on the head.
Right.
We often carry these negative messages from childhood.
Yeah.
From past experiences. From societal expectations.
Yeah.
They can be so insidious.
They really can.
Quietly undermining our confidence, holding us back.
Okay, so how do we start to identify and challenge these internal stepsisters?
It starts with awareness.
Yeah.
Start paying attention to your inner critic.
Yeah.
That voice that whispers doubts and fears. What are the recurring themes?
Okay.
What are the stories you're telling yourself about who you are and what you can do?
So if someone keeps thinking, I'm not creative enough to be an artist.
Yeah.
Or I'm too old to change careers.
Right. Those are the stepsisters talking.
Those are the stepsisters.
Yeah. And once you identify those beliefs, you can start to question them.
Oh, okay.
Is there any evidence to support them?
Yeah.
Or are they just old tapes playing?
Right, like old messages.
Exactly. And this is where our fairy godmother comes in.
Yeah, that inner wisdom.
Right.
To help us discern the truth.
Exactly. It's like having a conversation with your inner stepsister.
Okay.
Challenging that negativity with logic and compassion and self-love.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Maybe we can invite those stepsisters to the ball.
Oh, I love that.
Right.
Give them a makeover.
Yeah, show them a good time.
Yes.
Help them see the world differently.
Transform that energy into something positive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of empowerment.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the midnight bell.
Okay, midnight bell.
We talked about acting decisively.
Right.
But what are some signs that someone might be ignoring that message?
It's often subtle.
Okay.
Like a feeling that something's just not right.
Okay.
Maybe you're constantly drained or resentful.
Yeah.
Like you're always sacrificing your needs for others.
Or a situation that's been dragging on for way too long. And you know deep down you need a change.
Yes.
But you're scared to make it.
You're afraid to rock the boat.
Exactly.
Those are great examples.
Yeah.
And remember, addressing these situations might not be easy.
No.
But it's an act of self-love.
Yeah.
It's about honoring your needs.
Yeah.
Creating a life that aligns with your values.
It's like Cinderella leaving the ball.
Yes.
Before the magic fades.
Before midnight.
Yeah, she had the courage to walk away.
Exactly.
Even though it was scary.
Even though it was uncomfortable.
Yeah, and sometimes the best opportunities come when we create space for something new.
Absolutely.
Right? It reminds me of how Cinderella wasn't even looking for a prince.
Right.
He found her.
He found her.
Because she was being herself.
Exactly.
Yeah, radiating confidence and joy.
She was shining.
Yes.
And he was drawn to that light.
So instead of chasing after something or someone, focus on becoming the best version of yourself.
I love that.
Right.
Nurture those passions.
Yeah.
Embrace those quirks. And trust that the universe has a plan.
Yeah.
Even when things feel uncertain.
That's such a beautiful message.
It is.
So instead of striving for that fairy tale ending, just focus on creating a life that feels authentic.
Yes.
And fulfilling.
And you never know.
Yeah.
Your Prince Charming might just show up.
Yeah, when you least expect it.
Exactly.
I love that.
It's about trusting the journey.
Yeah.
And knowing that your happily ever after is unfolding.
Okay, we've covered so much in this second part.
We have.
But before we wrap up completely,
Yep.
I want to pose a question.
Okay.
Something for you, the listener, to think about.
Ooh, I like this.
We've talked about all the individual cards in the spread.
Right.
But what if we zoom out
Okay.
and look at the bigger picture?
Yes.
What's the overall message?
Yeah.
The underlying theme that connects it all?
That is the question, isn't it?
It is.
And I think the answer might just surprise you.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We're wrapping up our exploration of your glass slipper spread, and I'm ready for that big reveal.
Me too. It's been quite a journey.
It has, from the slipper with those amazing strengths you have.
Yeah, all that empathy and support.
To recognizing those pesky stepsister patterns.
Right, and learning to set boundaries.
And of course, tapping into that fairy godmother intuition.
Yes, trusting that inner wisdom.
And who could forget that midnight bell urging us to take action?
Oh, yeah. That was intense.
But now it's time for the ultimate message. What's the overarching theme that ties it all together?
You know what's really interesting?
Right.
This whole spread, even though it's based on Cinderella, it's really about reclaiming your power.
Oh, I like that.
It's realizing that you're not just a character in your own story. You're the one writing it.
Yeah.
You're the director.
So we're not waiting for a prince to rescue us
Right.
or a fairy godmother to solve all our problems.
Exactly. Those figures represent parts of ourselves that we often forget about.
Yeah.
Like the prince is your ability to see your own worth, to attract that validation and support, whether it comes from a partner, a mentor, or even just from within.
And the fairy godmother.
Yes, the fairy godmother is that inner wisdom that guides us toward what's best for us.
So this spread is saying we have everything we need to create our own happily ever after.
Right. It's about stepping into that power.
Yeah.
And making choices that align with who we truly are.
But it's not just about wishing for things to be different, right?
No, it takes action.
We have to face those stepsister challenges.
You got it.
Make those tough midnight bell decisions.
It's about courage and resilience.
Yeah, and stepping outside that comfort zone.
Remember, Cinderella didn't just wish for a better life.
No, she went for it.
She went to that ball, even though she was scared.
She took a risk.
Yes, and that's what we have to do sometimes.
It's a powerful reminder that we're not defined by our past or our circumstances.
We have the power to choose a different ending.
Yes, we do. And it's a choice we make every day through our actions, our thoughts, the way we treat ourselves and others.
It all adds up.
So for everyone listening out there,
yes,
what's the one thing you should take away?
If I had to sum it up in one sentence, I'd say you are the hero of your own story.
I love that.
You hold the key to your happily ever after.
It's a reminder that we're not victims of fate.
No.
We have the power to write our own narratives.
Yes.
Overcome those obstacles and create a life that we love.
Absolutely.
And it all starts with that first step.
That first step is so important.
What will you do today to move towards your own version of happily ever after?
Yeah, it could be anything.
Write down a goal.
Reach out to someone who inspires you.
Just take a few minutes to reflect on what brings you joy.
The important thing is to start moving.
Yeah, in the direction of your dreams.
One step at a time.
Trust the journey.
Trust it.
Embrace your magic.
Embrace it.
And never underestimate your own power.
You are powerful.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep shining.
Keep shining. All right, so welcome to this deep dive where we're going to explore transformation and renewal, but through kind of an unexpected lens, tarot.
Okay.
Now, before you think we've gone full, like,
fortune teller
predicting the future, we're not doing that. Think of it more like we're using this pumpkin carriage spread as a creative kind of roadmap, for personal growth.
I like that.
And it's inspired by,
well, obviously Cinderella.
Of course.
Yeah, it's so fascinating how, like, those classic fairy tale elements can actually, offer these really insightful prompts for self-reflection.
Exactly. So this spread has 6 positions.
Okay.
Each like a stage in Cinderella's journey. We're going to unpack the cards drawn for each stage.
Sounds good.
But I guess, what I'm curious about is how can we use this story to uncover hidden strengths and spark real change in our lives?
I think that's the exciting part.
Yeah.
It's taking something that's so familiar, like a story that we all know, and turning it into a tool for personal exploration.
So first position.
All right.
It's the pumpkin asks, what needs transformation or a fresh perspective?
Yeah.
And the cards pulled were
interesting.
the Queen of Pentacles, paired with the advice, find new friends.
Interesting.
So how do we reconcile that?
Okay.
The Queen being about
nurturing.
Yeah, nurturing, abundance.
But then this nudge to seek out new connections.
That is intriguing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if, if the relationships you're currently nurturing are actually serving you. Or maybe perhaps even draining your energy.
Are they fostering growth?
Right.
Or keeping you stuck?
Like a pumpkin.
A pumpkin on the vine?
Attached to the vine, yeah.
So it's like taking stock of your support system. Are your relationships?
Are they truly nourishing? Truly nourishing.
Yeah.
Or are some feeling more like a hollowed out pumpkin, present in form, but lacking substance?
Wow.
What do you think, listener?
And, and just like that pumpkin needs to be detached from the vine to become the carriage.
Okay.
Sometimes we need to step away
Yeah.
from certain people or situations to really blossom.
That's a powerful image.
Yeah.
Makes you think about the energy we invest in our relationships.
Absolutely.
But what if those energy draining relationships are unavoidable, at work or even in your family?
Yeah.
How can we apply this detaching from the vine idea then?
Well, I think that's where it gets really nuanced and where the personal reflection is key. It's not necessarily about cutting people out entirely, but rather shifting our perspective and setting healthy boundaries.
Okay.
Like Cinderella, we can still be kind, courteous, but also prioritize our own well-being and growth.
All right. On to the second position.
Okay.
The mice.
The mice. All right.
Here we're looking at underestimated strengths.
Okay.
The cards pulled were solitude.
Interesting.
And the Nine of Pentacles. Now, solitude might seem counterintuitive.
Yeah.
When we're talking about strengths, right?
Sure.
But how does it fit into this idea of transformation?
Well, I think it's about recognizing the power of introspection.
Okay.
Solitude, not loneliness.
Right.
But that space to connect with yourself. can be such a wellspring of resilience and resourcefulness.
So it's like those seemingly insignificant mice. Right. They helped Cinderella. Yeah. You have hidden strengths.
Exactly. You have hidden strengths.
So it's like Cinderella finding the strength to persevere. Even when it felt like she had no one in her corner. Yeah. Those quiet moments where you reflect and reconnect with yourself can be where you discover unexpected strength.
I love that.
And clarity. Yeah. And then the Nine of Pentacles builds on that idea, suggesting that true abundance comes from cultivating inner strength and independence.
You have everything you need within you to create the life you desire.
That's empowering.
Yeah.
So for you, listener, what are your mice?
What are your mice, right?
Those skills or qualities you might be overlooking.
Yeah. Could be your creativity. Right. Your adaptability.
Could be your knack for problem solving.
Exactly.
And take a moment to consider what strengths have emerged when you've embraced solitude and tapped into.
Yeah, and tapped into.
Your inner resources.
Beautiful.
Often those are the very qualities that help us navigate challenges and achieve our goals.
Yes.
All right, let's move on to the third position.
Okay, let's do it.
The fairy wand.
The fairy wand, okay.
This is about what energy or inspiration can spark your transformation.
Okay.
And the cards here.
Ooh.
Ace of Cups.
Okay.
4 of Wands. And the number 999.
Wow, that sounds magical.
That sounds pretty magical.
Yeah.
What's the message here?
I think it's about finding joy.
Okay.
And celebrating you without waiting for external validation.
So instead of waiting for a fairy godmother to wave their wand,
exactly,
it's about being your own source of magic.
You have the power to create your own happiness.
And inspiration.
Yes, absolutely.
So the reading emphasizes simple acts of self-celebration.
Okay. Like taking yourself on a date.
Oh, nice.
Dancing in your kitchen.
Fun.
Buying yourself flowers.
Yeah, those are such great suggestions.
Simple things that bring you joy and remind you of your worth.
And what about the number 9? 9.
Oh, the number 9 represents completion.
Okay.
It signifies that you've reached the end of a cycle, you've learned your lessons, and now you're ready to step into a brand new chapter. Like a cosmic confirmation that you're ready for transformation.
So for you, listener, what brings you joy?
Yeah, what brings you joy?
What simple act of self-love can you do today to spark that inner transformation? Maybe it's something you've been putting off.
Yeah.
Something that makes you feel alive and vibrant.
Remember, celebrating yourself is not selfish.
Okay.
It's essential for your growth
and
well-being.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing your own worth and honoring your needs. And when you do that, you create a ripple effect that touches every aspect of your life.
Okay.
It's about recognizing that you are the author of your own story and you have the power to create your own happily ever after.
Okay. I love that. Now, are you ready to move on to the 4th position in this spread?
Yes, I am.
It's called The Journey to the Ball. And it asks, what steps do you need to take to move towards your goals?
Okay.
The cards here are an intriguing mix. The Fool, the Hermit, and the advice, stop fighting your heart. And I don't think you love me as much as I love you.
Wow.
That's a lot to unpack.
It is.
Where do we even begin?
Well, I think we see 2 distinct energies at play here, right?
Okay.
The Fool encourages bold leaps of faith.
Okay.
Embracing the unknown with a sense of adventure and possibility. But then we have the Hermit, right?
Right.
Urging introspection, solitude, and connecting with your inner wisdom.
So it's not just about blindly jumping into the unknown.
Right.
It's about balancing that boldness with a healthy dose of self-reflection.
Exactly.
And those messages, stop fighting your heart.
Right.
And I don't think you love me as much as I love you.
Yeah, they're very interesting.
Hint at a possible internal struggle. Perhaps you're holding back from what you truly desire, afraid to fully commit or follow your heart's calling.
Maybe. Yeah.
That's a powerful insight.
It is.
It makes me think about how often we silence our own desires out of fear. Maybe fear of judgment.
For sure.
Or failure.
Right.
Or maybe even fear of success.
Yeah.
What do you think, listener? Are there any dreams or goals you've been putting off because of fear?
Perhaps this stage of the journey is a call to examine those fears and give yourself permission to pursue what truly matters to you. It's about aligning your actions with your heart's desires, even if it means challenging the status quo or stepping outside of your comfort zone.
So how do we balance
it's a question.
those seemingly contradictory energies of the Fool and the Hermit? How do we take those bold leaps while also staying true to our inner guidance?
I think that's where discernment comes in. It's about listening to your intuition, trusting your gut feeling, and taking calculated risks that feel aligned with your values and aspirations. It's not about recklessness, but rather informed action, inspired by a deep sense of purpose.
Okay, I'm ready for the next challenge.
Okay, bring it on.
Let's move on to the 5th position.
Okay.
The clock strikes 12.
The clock strikes 12.
Now, this stage seems to be about limitations. Deadlines, and those unavoidable realities we need to face.
Right.
The cards here offer a different perspective.
Oh, okay.
I didn't tell you how I truly feel. The 6 of Swords, death, and the number 1, 1, 1.
All right, so it seems less about external deadlines and more about internal blocks and unspoken truths.
That's interesting. What do you make of this combination?
Well, the 6 of Swords speaks to moving on from difficult situations, leaving behind what no longer serves you. And death, while often feared, is actually a card of transformation and rebirth. It's about shedding the old to make way for the new.
So instead of fearing limitations, we should see them as opportunities for growth and change.
Exactly.
And that message, I didn't tell you how I truly feel, suggests there might be unexpressed emotions or needs holding you back. Perhaps it's time to have those difficult conversations to speak your truth and set healthy boundaries.
It does resonate with that idea of detaching from the vine we discussed earlier. Sometimes transformation requires letting go of relationships or situations that are no longer aligned with our growth.
Even if it feels uncomfortable.
Absolutely. And remember, the number 1, 1 is a powerful sign of alignment. It's a reminder that you're on the right path. And things are falling into place even when it feels challenging.
That's reassuring.
It is.
You're moving towards a greater sense of purpose and authenticity.
Totally.
Now, are you ready to explore
Yes, let's do
the
it.
final stage of this transformative journey?
Absolutely. Let's see what insights await us.
Okay, the 6th and final position is the glass slipper left behind. This stage focuses on what we choose to leave behind as we evolve and step into our new selves. The cards here are quite compelling.
All right, lay it on me.
The 9 of Pentacles, Judgment. Let me spell it out for you. SX. And treat yourself.
Wow, that's quite a combination.
It seems like there's a theme of abundance, self-awareness, and even pleasure emerging here.
Interesting.
What's your take on these cards?
Well, the 9 of Pentacles represents abundance, self-sufficiency, and enjoying the fruits of your labor. It suggests that as you evolve, you'll no longer settle for less than you deserve. You'll create a life that is fulfilling on all levels.
So it's about recognizing your worth and creating a life that reflects that worth.
Precisely.
And Judgment signifies a spiritual awakening, a moment of reckoning where you assess your values and make choices that align with your higher self. It's about letting go of old patterns of beliefs that no longer serve you.
So it's like stepping into a new level of self-awareness and embracing your authentic self, free from the limitations of the past.
And those messages, let me spell it out for you, SEX, and treat yourself at an interesting dimension.
I do.
They seem to encourage embracing pleasure and self-love, but perhaps on a deeper level.
Exactly. It's not just about indulging in fleeting pleasures, but about recognizing that you are worthy of joy, abundance, and fulfilling experiences in all areas of your life.
It's about treating yourself with kindness and respect. Honoring your needs and desires, and creating a life that feels truly aligned with your authentic self.
And let's not forget the symbolism of the glass slipper itself. It represents something that once held value, but is ultimately left behind as Cinderella steps into her new life.
So what does that glass slipper represent for you, listener? What are you ready to release as you embark on this journey of transformation.
Right.
Maybe it's a limiting belief.
Could be.
A toxic relationship. Or a habit that no longer serves you.
It's a powerful question for all of us to consider.
Mm-hmm.
What are we holding on to that's preventing us from experiencing the fullness of who we are meant to be?
Yeah, it's like we're invited to step into Cinderella's glass slipper, not to try and fit into someone else's idea of success or happiness, but to really examine what we might need to leave behind in order to, like, step into our own authentic power.
Yeah, that's beautifully said.
So this entire spread, it's been a really insightful journey, wouldn't you say?
I think so.
What stands out to you from this exploration of transformation through, the Cinderella story?
Well, I think what's fascinating is how the spread really reframes this classic fairy tale.
Right.
It's not about waiting for a prince or a fairy godmother to rescue you, right?
Right.
It's about recognizing your own inner magic and taking those steps towards creating your own happily ever after.
Exactly. It's like Cinderella's journey is a blueprint for personal growth, reminding us that we all have our own mice.
Right.
Those hidden strengths.
Yes.
And our own fairy wands, those sparks of joy and self-love that can fuel our transformation.
And that transformation, it's a process, not a destination.
Okay.
There will be challenges. There will be moments when the clock strikes 12.
Right.
And we have to face reality. But ultimately, it's about trusting the journey and believing in your own power to create the life you desire.
So well said. As we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you, dear listener, with this final thought. If you could leave just one thing behind in your glass slipper as you step into a new chapter, what would it be? What's holding you back from experiencing the abundance and joy that you deserve?
Take some time to reflect on that question. It could be the key to unlocking your next level of growth and transformation.
And remember, you have the power to write your own fairy tale ending.
You do.
It all begins with taking that first step.
Until next time, keep diving deep.
All right, get ready to dive into a world where dreams meet reality.
Ooh, sounds exciting.
It is. Today, we're exploring a tarot card reading. But get this, it's inspired by Cinderella.
Cinderella, like the fairy tale.
The one and only. But before you think we're about to predict your future with glass slippers and pumpkins, let's be clear. Tarot is not about fortune-telling.
Right, it's more like a conversation with your subconscious. Right?
Exactly. It's a way to gain new perspectives on your desires and, how to actually achieve them.
Like a roadmap to your dreams, but you're the one holding the map and choosing the path.
Love that. And this reading, infused with that classic Cinderella magic, is all about finding lasting love and building a family. Now, I know that might not resonate with everyone's dream, but stay with us.
Because the beauty of tarot is that it's symbolic, right?
Totally.
These insights apply to any ambition, anything you hold dear. It's universal.
Okay, so let's jump right in. The first spread is titled The Dream. It reveals your deepest desire. We have the Four of Swords, the message Follow Your Heart, the number 888, and the Ten of Cups. What's the story here?
Well, this spread is all about yearning for a deep, committed partnership and the joys of family life. It's like saying, I'm ready for something real, something lasting.
Yeah, it's like choosing a slow, simmering love story over a fleeting spark.
Exactly. And then we have that powerful message, follow your heart. And with the repeating 8 in 888.
Ooh, numerology too.
It adds another layer. 888 is often linked to infinity and abundance. It's like a cosmic nudge to trust your gut.
It's that inner voice, right? Yeah. The one that guides us toward what truly resonates.
Exactly. Now, the Ten of Cups adds another layer to this yearning. This card points towards the deep emotional bonds you crave, those bonds that come from a loving, supportive family.
It's a picture of a fulfilling home life.
Right.
But I'm sensing a bit of tension here, like this dream might be bumping up against some external pressures.
You're picking up on a crucial detail. The reading suggests there might be people around you who don't quite get it.
Don't get the desire for commitment and family.
Yeah, maybe they have different values, or maybe they're pushing you to prioritize other things. It's like they're saying, forget the glass slipper. Focus on scrubbing the floors.
Perfect analogy. So what's the takeaway here?
Trust your gut. Don't let anyone dim your sparkle. Your desires are valid.
So trust your gut and go after what truly matters. Okay, this desire for deep connection makes me think about the next part of the reading. It's called The Dust and Ashes. It explores what might be holding you back from realizing this dream. The cards reveal the Magician and the phrase, I see the real you. Intriguing.
The magician is all about personal power, having the tools and resources, but sometimes we need to learn how to use them.
I see. So it's like having all the ingredients but not knowing the recipe.
Yeah, and that phrase, "I see the real you," suggests there might be a block. Like maybe you're prioritizing others' expectations over your own desires, trying to fit into a mold that doesn't quite suit you.
It's like wearing those glass slippers that pinch instead of fitting perfectly.
Exactly. Maybe you've been so focused on pleasing others that you've lost sight of yourself. And sometimes the people we're surrounded by, even family, don't quite understand our dreams.
So then what?
That's where the idea of building your own chosen family comes in. Those who get you and support your vision.
Not rejecting your past, but choosing those who celebrate your authentic self.
Yes. This spread is about recognizing your own power. Release the need to please others and embrace your authentic self. That's where the real magic is.
Speaking of keys, this next spread, the invitation, hints at a door opening in your life. We see the Lover's card, the word friends, the Ten of Pentacles, and the number 444.
Okay, lots to unpack here.
Right, it's like the fairy godmother saying, look closer, my dear. The answer might be right under your nose.
You might be onto something. Could this be hinting at an opportunity within your existing social circle?
Someone you already know.
Someone who holds the key to unlocking those dreams, maybe.
Ooh, intriguing. So maybe a potential romantic connection or a really strong friend?
Possibly. And notice the Ten of Pentacles is here too.
Representing
Stability, commitment, shared goals. It reinforces the idea of a genuine connection.
And 444, that's often associated with angelic guidance. It's like confirmation that this person's support is meant to guide you.
Pay attention to those subtle signs. They often appear in the most unexpected places.
So the takeaway here is to look closely at the people around you. Someone you know might be a key player in making those dreams a reality. Don't underestimate the power of connection.
Now, let's shift our focus to the fourth spread, the dance. This one's all about aligning with the energy of your dream. The cards are positive karma and justice. This feels like a call to action.
I love the imagery of a dance, but it feels a bit hesitant, like someone's afraid to fully embrace their partner on the dance floor. Could this be reflecting a fear of fully embracing those desires?
You're onto something. It's like you're at the ball, wanting to dance, but worried what others will think.
It's that inner critic, right?
Yeah.
Whispering doubts and fears.
The Justice card is a reminder that aligning with your dream requires stepping boldly into your truth. Assert your needs and desires. No apologies.
So no more hiding in the shadows.
Right.
But what about the positive karma card? How does that fit into this dance?
It's like a reassurance, like the universe saying, trust me, I've got your back. When you're true to yourself, everything falls into place.
That's reassuring. So it's like a cosmic safety net, encouraging us to take that leap of faith.
Exactly. And remember, not everyone will get your vision, and that's okay. The people who are meant for you will stay, and those who aren't will naturally fall away.
The universe is doing a little decluttering. Okay, on to the next spread, the Prince's Search. And this one sounds like a fairy tale romance in the making. We see the Three of Wands, the Two of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and the phrases, I get butterflies when I see you, and you leave me speechless.
Definitely getting secret admirer vibes here. The card suggests someone is smitten with you, someone steady, dependable, full of admiration.
Okay, this is giving me Cinderella vibes. Could it be someone who's been there all along, someone you haven't noticed because they don't fit that preconceived idea of an ideal partner?
Maybe they're shy, hesitant to reveal their feelings.
Makes sense. What of the Two of Swords?
Hints at a blind spot, overlooking someone who doesn't fit your preconceived notions. It's like Cinderella dismissing the prince at first.
And the Four of Pentacles.
It speaks to that fear of change, clinging to the familiar even if it's not fulfilling, like holding on to an outdated image of what love should look like.
So the takeaway?
Stay open. Don't let preconceived notions blind you to a potentially amazing connection. The universe might just surprise you.
And now, for the grand finale of this part, we arrive at the happily ever after. The cards reveal the phrase, girl, boy, and the radiant sun card, pure magic.
This spread is pure joy, abundance, and bliss. It's a glimpse into a future filled with love and happiness.
It's like dancing in a sun-drenched meadow, surrounded by loved ones, utterly content. For some, this might include parenthood, building a family.
The sun card represents ultimate fulfillment, vitality, radiant happiness. It's a powerful symbol achieving your dreams. And that phrase, girl, boy, hints at expanding your family.
But this can be interpreted in many ways, right? It's not just about a traditional family structure, but finding your version of happiness.
Exactly. The key message here is that your happily ever after is attainable. It's not a fairy tale. It's about trusting your intuition, taking action, and allowing the magic to unfold. And remember, every journey, even the grandest, begins with a single step.
What a beautiful way to wrap up this first part of our deep dive. We'll be back soon with part 2 to uncover even more about your journey toward happily ever after. Welcome back. It's like we stepped right back into that enchanted world of possibilities.
Ready for more magic.
Always. Remember, we're exploring this tarot reading, all inspired by Cinderella, but these insights can apply to any dream you're chasing, right?
Well, absolutely. It's all about finding those parallels, those connections to your own unique journey.
Before we move on, I wanted to touch on something that really struck me from the last part. The idea of creating your own chosen family.
Oh, yes.
Those who truly see and support you. It's so powerful.
It is, isn't it? It really highlights the importance of surrounding ourselves with people who uplift us, who believe in our dreams, even when we doubt ourselves.
Sometimes those chosen connections are even stronger than the bonds we're born into.
It's true. Like realizing you have the power to build your own support system, a network of love and encouragement that helps you, blossom.
I love that. It leads us perfectly into the next spread, the glass slipper. We see the star card, the number 777, the phrase, "You are worthy."
Ooh, the star card.
I know, right?
It's one of my favorites. It always evokes a sense of hope, like a reminder that even after the darkest night, the stars will reappear.
Beautiful.
It's a symbol of healing, inspiration, a deep connection to your own inner light.
That moment when Cinderella realizes she deserves happiness.
Right.
Despite everything.
Exactly. And 777 just amplifies that message.
Yeah, cuz.
It's often associated with spiritual awakening, aligning with your soul's purpose. It's like the universe is saying, you're on the right path. Trust the journey.
And that phrase, "you are worthy," is like a gentle reminder to let go of self-doubt, to embrace our true value.
We can be so hard on ourselves, caught up in comparisons. This spread is a call to silence that inner critic and step into your power.
Celebrate those imperfections. Yeah. Now, speaking of support, the next spread, the fairy godmother, reminds us we don't have to do it alone.
Always good to remember.
We see the Empress card, the Six of Pentacles, and the phrase, "ask for help."
The Empress, that wise, nurturing figure who guides and protects us, reminds us of our strength.
The embodiment of the divine feminine.
Yes. In the Six of Pentacles, it suggests help is available from friends, family, mentors, even professionals.
You know, it's funny. We often think asking for help is a sign of weakness.
But it's not. It's actually a sign of strength, recognizing that we're all connected, that we can achieve more when we support each other.
And that phrase, "ask for help," is like a gentle nudge. Allow yourself to receive support. It can make the journey so much more enjoyable.
Okay, ready for a spread that might feel a bit intense?
Ooh, bring it on.
It's the midnight hour. This one reveals those potential challenges, the obstacles that might show up on your path. We see the Tower card, the Nine of Swords, and the phrase, "face your fears."
Okay, the Tower card, that often represents sudden change.
The kind that shakes things up, makes us reevaluate.
It can be disruptive.
But sometimes necessary for growth. Think of it like when the clock strikes midnight and Cinderella's magic starts to fade, a reminder that everything is impermanent.
We have to let go to embrace a new chapter.
Exactly. And the Nine of Swords, that suggests anxiety, worry, that feeling of being overwhelmed.
I know that feeling. Late night worries that keep you up.
But the phrase, "face your fears," it's about acknowledging them, understanding them, and choosing to move forward with courage.
Not ignoring them, but working through them.
Right. Fears can hold valuable lessons, point us toward areas where we need to grow. By facing them, we reclaim our power.
Speaking of power, the next spread, the Pumpkin Carriage, feels like a surge of momentum. We see the Chariot card, the Eight of Wands, and trust the timing.
Oh yes, the Chariot, all about willpower, determination, taking control.
Like Cinderella hopping into that magical carriage chasing her dreams.
Even though time is running out. And the Eight of Wands, that suggests things might move quickly, unexpectedly.
Fasten your seatbelts.
Exactly. New opportunities popping up, requiring you to be adaptable. And that phrase, "trust the timing," that's a reminder to surrender to the flow, to have faith that everything is unfolding as it should.
Letting go of the need to control. Sometimes the most magical things happen when we least expect it.
Like Cinderella losing her glass slipper. It seemed insignificant, but it changed everything. And speaking of serendipitous moments, The next spread, the lost slipper, hints at those hidden opportunities, unexpected blessings coming your way.
Okay, I like the sound of that.
We see the Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Cups, and the phrase, open your heart to possibilities.
The Wheel of Fortune. That always reminds me that life is full of twists and turns.
Embracing the cycles, recognizing that even setbacks can lead to new beginnings.
What we perceive as loss can actually be an opening. I like that.
The Page of Cups adds to this. With its childlike wonder, it suggests these opportunities might arrive in delightful, unexpected ways.
That's so exciting. Maybe a chance encounter or a message that sparks inspiration.
It's about approaching life with an open heart, a sense of adventure.
Saying yes to new experiences, right?
Exactly. And that phrase, open your heart to possibilities, it's like a mantra for embracing the unknown.
Letting go of how we think things should be.
Trusting the universe. It might have a plan grander than we can imagine.
Okay, next up is the Grand Ball. We see the Strength card, the Seven of Wands, and Stand Tall and Shine. I'm feeling some serious inner warrior vibes here.
Me too. The Strength card is all about courage, resilience, that power of compassion. It's Cinderella walking into that ball, radiating confidence.
And knowing her worth.
Yeah.
Not letting anyone dim her light.
And the Seven of Wands suggests you might face some opposition, some challenges.
But you have the strength to overcome them.
Stand tall and shine. Embrace your uniqueness. Let your light shine bright.
Now, for a spread that invites us to connect with our inner wisdom, the stroke of midnight, we see the High Priestess, the Knight of Swords, and the phrase, listen to your inner voice.
The High Priestess. She represents intuition, that inner knowing. She's that quiet voice that whispers truths.
Those moments of stillness where our inner wisdom emerges.
And the Knight of Swords, with its quick energy, suggests we might need to act on that guidance.
It's like getting a flash of insight and then having the courage to follow through, even if it's outside our comfort zone.
Listen to your inner voice. We hold the answers within us. It's learning to trust our instincts, to listen to our soul.
Sometimes the most important voice is the quietest one. Okay, on to the fairy dust. It feels like a gentle exhale. This spread offers guidance on how to release doubts and fears. We see the Moon card, the Ten of Swords, and the phrase, let go of what no longer serves you.
The Moon card invites us to go deep, to explore those hidden fears, to understand them and then choose to release them.
It's like recognizing that we're not defined by our past, by the stories we tell ourselves.
We can write a new chapter, and the Ten of Swords suggests we might be carrying burdens, past hurts, beliefs that are weighing us down.
Clinging to things that are causing us pain.
That phrase, let go of what no longer serves you, it's powerful. Create space for new blessings, new opportunities.
Okay, now for a spread that fills me with hope, the Prince's Arrival. We see the World card, the Ace of Cups, and the phrase, believe in your dreams.
The World card again. That feeling of completion, alignment, like Cinderella finding her true love, her dreams coming true.
And the Ace of Cups, that represents new beginnings, emotional fulfillment.
That boundless love and joy that's available to us when we open our hearts.
It's like a reminder that miracles happen when we combine action with faith.
And believe in your dreams. It's an affirmation to keep close, to nurture that hope.
To trust that the universe supports those who dare to dream big. Okay, next up, the Happily Ever After. This one feels incredibly romantic. We see the Lover's card, the Two of Cups, and the phrase, love is the answer.
The Lover's card appearing again. The power of connection, that deep bond.
That sense of harmony, that alignment, whether it's with a partner, a friend, or even within ourselves.
And the Two of Cups, that represents partnership, unity.
Coming together, sharing dreams, supporting each other.
Finding that balance of give and take.
Where everyone feels cherished.
And love is the answer. It resonates so deeply. Love is a powerful force for healing, transformation.
Cultivating love for ourselves, for others, and trusting that love will guide us.
Speaking of those who support us, next is the Royal Celebration.
Sounds festive.
It is. We see the Sun card again, the Four of Wands, and the phrase, celebrate your success.
The Sun card again. Time to bask in the warmth of our accomplishments.
Recognize our wins, big and small.
It's like throwing a grand ball to celebrate all the hard work that led us here.
And with the Four of Wands, it's about sharing that joy, gathering with our loved ones.
Those who support and inspire us.
Exactly. Acknowledging that we didn't get here alone.
Expressing gratitude for all the love and support.
Celebrate your success. A reminder to pause and reflect.
Savor those victories.
It's so easy to get caught up in the next goal that we forget to appreciate how far we've come.
Taking that time to celebrate is essential, isn't it?
It is. Okay, now for a spread that feels hopeful and magical, the ever after. We see the star card once more, the Nine of Cups, and the phrase, wishes do come true.
The star card reappearing. That sense of hope, of guidance.
Like a cosmic wink, reminding us to keep trusting, keep believing.
And the Nine of Cups, the wish card. That represents the realization of our deepest desires.
Overflowing abundance.
It's like when Cinderella's fairy godmother grants her wishes.
Miracles are possible when we believe in the power of our dreams.
And the phrase, wishes do come true.
It's a reminder that anything is possible when we combine action with faith. So what resonates with you most from what we've explored so far?
Oh, so much. The recurring theme of self-love, of worthiness, it's a powerful message. We are all deserving of love, of happiness, no matter what.
I agree. And that emphasis on trusting our intuition, listening to that inner voice, it's empowering.
It's remembering we're not alone on this journey.
We have divine guidance, support from loved ones, and an inner compass that will always guide us.
And that overarching message of hope, of possibility.
It's truly inspiring. We have the power to create the life of our dreams step by step.
With a little bit of magic.
Now, in the final spread, we'll explore how to weave these insights into our lives and create a positive ripple effect in the world. We'll be back soon for the grand finale of this deep dive.
Welcome back. It feels like we've journeyed through an entire fairy tale, uncovering hidden truths and rediscovering that magic within ourselves.
It really is amazing how these cards can spark such profound insights.
Absolutely. So what does this grand finale have in store for us? What wisdom awaits?
The final spread is called The Legacy, and it really encapsulates the essence of this whole reading.
Ooh, I like that.
The cards are the Empress, the Queen of Pentacles, and the phrase, share your gifts with the world.
The Empress again. It feels so fitting, like she's come full circle.
Right. She's reminding us of that nurturing energy we've been cultivating. Creation, growth, the power to manifest our dreams.
But it feels like there's a deeper message here too, like moving beyond our own transformation and extending that energy outward.
You got it. It's time to share those gifts with the world.
It's like saying, okay, you've embraced your worth, now go make the difference.
Exactly. And the Queen of Pentacles, she emphasizes this call to action. She's a master of manifestation, of grounded practicality.
Creating a legacy, not just for ourselves, but for others too.
Right. Using our talents, our resources, our experiences to make a positive impact. She reminds us that we all have something valuable to offer.
Even the smallest acts of kindness can make a difference.
Exactly. It's like taking that fairy dust and sprinkling it everywhere we go.
Leaving a trail of magic.
And that phrase, share your gifts with the world. It's an invitation to step into our purpose, to make a meaningful contribution.
This final spread feels like a perfect culmination of everything we've explored. Our journey doesn't end with our own happily ever after.
It extends outward, touching the lives of others.
Leaving a legacy of love and inspiration. What a beautiful way to end this reading.
It really is. As we wrap up this deep dive, I want you to consider, what gifts are you ready to share? What legacy do you want to create?
Such powerful questions. It's been incredible exploring this reading with you.
Yeah.
We've learned so much about trusting our intuition, embracing our worth, and recognizing that we're all connected.
The magic is always within reach.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Keep believing in the power of possibility. Keep chasing those dreams and keep shining brightly.